Joining me now from London is Mohanad Hage Ali, Deputy Director for Research at the Malcolm H. Kerr Carnegie Middle East Center. Appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
So, an assassination in Lebanon's capital, 2 deadly blasts in Iran, trouble in the Red Sea, all raising fears of a wider regional war reaching beyond Gaza's borders. I want to start with the Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah vowing retaliation a day after the assassination of senior Hamas leader Salah al-Aruri in Beirut. How likely is it that the region is on the brink of all-out war in the wake of this assassination?
I mean, definitely more likely than what we've seen in the past months, but not as surely as many are trying to portray in the past 48 hours. Nasrallah's speech was very clear in saying that Iran is committed to the strategy, or Hezbollah is committed to its strategy of just engaging in this conflict as a support and solidarity action, rather than being center stage and taking away all the light from the Gaza Strip, and actually, renewing its belief that in the Gaza Strip, Israel will not achieve its objectives, and Hezbollah will not allow it to try to divert the attention from its failures in the Gaza Strip.
And Israel has been very careful not to claim responsibility for the assassination of Aruri, despite Prime Minister Netanyahu vowing from the start to go after Hamas leaders wherever they are. Why does Israel refuse to claim responsibility for this when the US has said that Israel was behind it?
Yeah, I mean, this deniability between Hezbollah and Israel has been going on for a while now. So in the past, Hezbollah didn't claim responsibility for some rocket attacks from South Lebanon, letting Israel assume that it's just the Palestinian factions doing this. And this would allow a kind of a restrained response in this regard. And I think the same game is being put into play now with Israel denying responsibility. I mean, Hezbollah has clearly assigned responsibility to Israel, and everyone knows that is the case. But this kind of helps in managing the reaction afterwards. And I think this is part of the subtle messaging between both parties in this conflict.
And a day after this targeted assassination in Beirut, central Iran was hit by 2 deadly blasts Wednesday, Iran blaming Israel and the US, but experts suggest this was the work of a terror group. What's your reading of who may have carried out this attack, and how might Iran respond to it, do you think?
Yeah, difficult to say at the moment who's behind this. Many parties in Iran have committed such crimes in the past. There are anti-regime parties, whether Islamist Salafists or those who are opposed to it, for instance, and part of the opposition. These groups have carried such attacks in the past, but also Israel has carried many attacks in the past. So it's quite unclear now who's behind this, but the timing is very suggesting, and I think this is why Rouhani has been quite fast. The Iranian president has been quite fast to assign responsibility to Israel before the conclusion of investigations.
Right.
But at this stage, I think it's quite difficult to confirm who's behind it.
And meantime, the US is criticizing extremist members of Netanyahu's cabinet who are calling for the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in Gaza. How likely is it that this will push Prime Minister Netanyahu to choose between President Biden or the extremists in his own government? And what impact might this have on US support for the war if Netanyahu ends up choosing the extremists?
I think Netanyahu cannot abandon the extremists in his government. It will, this is a very tight calculation for him, and I think he would lose the majority in the Knesset and the parliament. So most probably he'll try to balance out both, but he's tilting more towards the extremists than towards the Biden administration. And I think, the way the military operations are going forward suggests that it's the latter agenda, the extremist agenda, which is being implemented now in the Gaza Strip.
Mohanad Hage Ali, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.